Dear students, welcome to our class on JRF SRF Net 2022, General Knowledge, lecture number 15. In this lecture also, we try to understand some assertion and reasoning. In assertion and reasoning bits, the questions would be like this. Assertion, a statement is given. Reason, another statement is given. The assertion statement, whether it is explained thoroughly, okay, completely by a reason, then you have to tick A. If the reasoning is not appropriate, then you have to tick B. If assertion is correct and then reasoning is incorrect, you have to tick C. And assertion is false and reasoning is correct, you have to tick D. The questions would be like this. Now, so few more questions we try to understand in this class. In the last class, the bit what we have understood in the last, as the last bit was, it was like this. In India, area under wheat is more than what is necessary in a normal year. So that means area under wheat in a normal year, what it would be, it is more than what it should be. Why? The reasons given are: area under pulses and oilseeds have been shifted over to the production of wheat. That is the reason. What exactly does it mean is, the area under wheat in India had increased and it has encroached into the areas where oilseeds and pulses are grown. That is the assertion. What is the reason given? The reason given is the price of wheat, the yields of wheat are more. Therefore, as compared to the pulses and oilseeds, the farmers are getting better income. So, the assertion is correct, the reasoning is correct. That's why the assertion is true, and the reason given completely explains the assertion. So that is where we ended the last class. Now in this class we try to understand few more assertion and reasoning and other bits as well. Alkali, first one, assertion. Alkali soils need more puddling for the cultivation of rice when compared to normal or neutral soils. Once again, I repeat the meaning I will tell. Alkali soils with alkali content, okay, they need more puddlings as far as rice is concerned as compared to natural, or you can say neutral soils. The statement is true. Now, the reason what is given there is, alkali soils have more exchangeable sodium on the exchange complex than the normal soil. So, here exchangeable sodium is more in the alkali soils. Therefore, more puddlings are required. Why the puddling is done? Puddling is done for two purposes. Number one, leaching losses of water should be arrested. Another thing is weed controlling. So these two are met through puddling. Now, as far as alkali soils are concerned, the assertion says that in the alkali soils, we need more puddling, correct. The reason is exchangeable sodium is present. So, the reason is correct. That's why you should tick A. Both assertion and reasoning are true, and the reason is completely supporting, or you can say that correctly explains the assertion, like that. Now, another bit for today's class is organic manure. Listen very carefully. Organic manures with wider C/N ratio, carbon-nitrogen ratio. Organic manures with wider C/N ratio, when added to the soil, decompose rapidly in soil and increase plant available nitrogen. This is wrong. Why it is wrong, I will tell. Organic manures with wider C/N ratio, when added to the soil, decompose rapidly in soil and increase the plant available nutrition. So this is wrong. Okay, this is false in other words. Now, what is the reason given? Organic acids are produced during decomposition of organic material. That is correct. Organic acids are produced during the decomposition of organic manure. So, you should tick D here because assertion is false, but reason is correct. So, now, another bit is complex and mixed fertilizers with the same nutrient contents are equally effective in crop production. Once again, I repeat the statement. Complex and mixed fertilizers with the same nutrient content are equally effective in crop production. Correct. Whether you take straight fertilizers and mix them, or you can say go for a complex fertilizer. So, there the crop production is not affected. That is true. Now, what is the reason given? The complex fertilizers are granular, free-flowing and easy to apply, whereas fertilizer mixers are physical blends of two or more straight fertilizers mixed mechanically. Now, the reason given is not supporting the, it is correct. It is correct. Reasoning is also given correct. However, it is not explaining the assertion. Why I will tell. The reason given says that the mixed fertilizers, okay, are mechanically mixed as compared to the complex fertilizer, which are free flowing, easy to apply. So, this is not the reason which supports the assertion. In the assertion, what is said there as the assertion? Complex and mixed fertilizers which have same nutrient content. Complex and mixed fertilizers which have same nutrient content will have same effect on crop production. Wonderful. It is correct. But the reason is not correct. That's why you should tick B, which says, B says that, okay, both A and are true and B is not the correct explanation for assertion. A. Okay, that is the thing. This is how we should interpret. Now, let us go to another bit. Soil organic matter. In the soil organic matter, it plays a pivotal role in sustaining soil productivity and fertility. It's an excellent statement. Correct. Why it is correct? Soil organic matter plays pivotal role in sustaining soil productivity and fertility. Yes, correct. Now, what is the reason given? Plant nutrients are slowly released from soil organic matter. It is also correct. So, assertion is correct and reason is correct, and the reason that the plant nutrients are slowly released from the soil organic matter is explaining the correctly explaining the assertion. So you should tick A there. Once again, for your academic interest, soil organic matter plays a pivotal role in sustaining soil productivity and fertility. It is correct. It is true. Second thing, plant nutrients are slowly released from soil organic matter. This is also correct. This is true. Both the true and reason is correctly explaining the assertion. Now, another bit, cultivation of rice in the non-traditional areas in India has increased. Okay. True, rice cultivation is slowly creeping into the non-traditional areas. This is true. Now, what is the reason given? Food habits of people of non-rice growing area have changed. So, where rice is not grown, there the food habits have changed is the reason. It's not correct. Why it is not correct? Because of changing of the food habits of the people, okay, rice is not increasing there. But rice is increasing and introduced into non-traditional areas is correct, and this is reasoning is wrong. So you should tick C there. Now another bit, seed dormancy in rice is an important element in maintaining the viability of the seed. It's a wonderful statement. There is no doubt about it. Seed dormancy in rice is an important element in maintaining the viability of the seed. Good. The reason given is seed dormancy in rice prevents seed germination in the panicle while the crop is still in the field. The reasoning is not supporting the assertion here. What is the reasoning saying? What the reason saying is that Seed dormancy in rice prevents seed germination in the panicle while the crop is still in the field. The reason is not correct for the assertion that seed dormancy in rice is an important element in maintaining the viability of the seed. It's a wonderful statement, correct. But the reason given is also true, but it is not supporting. So you should tick B here. Now, green manuring in next bit. Green manuring in soil results in green manure. When you go for green manuring in soils, okay, better utilization of phosphorus by subsequent crop. Good. There is some wrong in this. There is absolutely some reason in this statement. Why? As in the assertion itself, what it is saying, green manuring in soil results in better utilization of phosphorus. Correct. There is no problem by the subsequent crops. Correct. However, what is the statement given? The reason, decomposition of green manure releases CO2, carbon dioxide, which dissolves in water to form carbonic acid, which in turn helps dissolution of phosphorus. This is not correct. This is a false statement. What is the false statement? Decomposition of organic manure releases CO2, which dissolves in water to form carbonic acid, which in turn helps the dissolution of phosphorus. This is false. So here you should tick C. Why? Because green manuring in soil results in better utilization of phosphorus by subsequent crop is correct. That much is true. But reason is false. So you should tick C here. Next bit. The botanical name of noble cane is Saccharum officinarum. It is true. There is no difference between Saccharum officinarum and Saccharum spontaneum, but it is wrong. So you should tick C here. The assertion is not explained and it is false also. Okay, Saccharum officinarum, Saccharum, okay, spontaneum are not the same. Good. Next bit. Soils with high pH are generally deficient in zinc and manganese. Very good. Correct statement. What is the correct statement? Soils with high pH. 7.5, 8.5, that much pH, generally they are deficient in zinc and manganese. Okay, here the plant nutrient useful in increasing resistance to the diseases and insect pests is potassium. This is a separate bit. So assertion and reasoning are over. Now, soils with a high pH are generally deficient in zinc and manganese. Plant nutrient useful in increasing the resistance to diseases and pests in crops is potassium. Correct. Use of minerals like sulfur, okay, poly form of UF, diurea, etc. improves fertilizer use efficiency. When such additives are used, the N fertilizers are termed as. Again, I repeat the bit here. This is not assertion and reasoning type. What is general bits? Use of materials like sulfur, poly form of UF, diurea, etc. improves fertilizer use efficiency. Correct. When such additives are used in the nitrogen fertilizers are termed as controlled release nitrogenous fertilizers. So when these are added, we call them as the controlled release nitrogenous fertilizers. That is the technical term. Now, for preparing, this is a small arithmetic question. For preparing a mixture, for preparing a mixed fertilizer, okay, 100 kg of ammonium sulfate, 120 kg of single superphosphate SSP were mixed with 25 kg of filler, okay, in the mixture. So in terms of N, P2O5 and K2O, the fertilizer grade of this mixture is 8-8-0. In respect of sugarcane crop to be grown in an acidic soil less than 7, okay, say 6.5, 6 or 5.5. When sugarcane is grown in the lesser pH, other acidic soils having high fixing capacity, high P fixing capacity, the fertilizer of choice would be, okay, in such cases for sugarcane crop with the soil pH less, towards the you can say that acidic side, the fertilizer will finely ground rock phosphate. Finely ground rock phosphate should be applied. So the last bit for today's class is list 1 and list 2. I read some biofertilizers and their properties. Now, what are the biofertilizers? Number 1, azospirillum. Okay, the property is azospirillum grows on and inside the roots of gramineous crops. That is the correct answer. Azospirillum grows on and inside the roots of gramineous crops. Next, azotobacter. Azotobacter is a free living nitrogen fixing bacterium. VAM helps in phosphorus uptake. Azolla, free floating aquatic fertilizer. So this is list 1 biofertilizers. What are their properties? Once again, for your academic interest, this is the last bit. Azospirillum grows on and inside the roots of gramineous crop. Azotobacter, free living nitrogen fixing bacteria. VAM helps in phosphorus uptake. Azolla, floating aquatic fertilizer. So these are the bits that I would like to share with you. We continue in class number 16. Thanking you very much for your very patient hearing.